welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire Renee. Today we're back at it with another sequence that is going to be part of the Meridian series, and we're focused on the kidneys today. So what are the kidneys good for? They're good for production of bone marrow, and funny enough, it has to do with our sexual energy as well. Grab a couple of blocks. That's all you should need for this sequence. If you don't have blocks, get creative. You can grab some thick books or a couple of books that you might feel would be enough to support you. Enough chitter chatter. Go ahead and grab your mat, grab your blocks, whatever else you're gonna need, and let's hop onto our mats. Welcome, friends. Today's practice, we start on our knees, sitting on our heels. Just taking a moment to welcome yourself to the practice today, welcoming yourself to the mat, acknowledging that you are taking some time out today to work on you, connecting with the breath, loosening any tension in the shoulders or the neck if you need to, before we find our first pose, which is going to be a nice toe squat. Now, toe squats can be intense. Flex those feet, toes flat on the floor, and we're gonna once again sit back on our heels or as close to your heels as you can get. Nice long spine, shoulders away from the ears. You can keep your hands in your lap like they were before. I'm choosing prayer position today. Hands to the heart just feels good for me here, so you're welcome to do either. We're not going to be here too long, so remember, really connect deeply to that breath, especially when you feel like a pose is a little extra intense. Remembering to sit back on those heels. Your toes are curled underneath in the direction of your knees. A few more seconds. Release. Take a moment and grab the block. You just need one block here. You can use two if you'd like. And what I'm going to do is prop my knees up so that I can sit back onto my heels and lift the hips up just quite a bit, bringing the hands behind me, chest nice and open, so that I can feel the sensation in my ankles. This is a great ankle stretch. But I find the block is really useful because if you just tried to lift the knees without the block, you can do it and you can hold it for a good 30 seconds, but for anything longer, I really do feel like the support is needed so you can really focus on getting a good ankle stretch and not so much on the strength it takes to hold your body up. Release the pose. Go ahead and bring your block back to the side of the mat. We're gonna find half butterfly pose. So we're gonna start with our right foot out, bringing that left sole of the foot towards the inner thigh of the right leg, reaching up nice and tall and keeping that length as you reach over and fall into your stretch. This feels really nice. You're gonna feel it in the back body, in the back of the leg, in those hamstrings, some in the calves, some people even in your lower back. Gently start to walk your hands back towards the center of the body, sitting up nice and tall. Give yourself a moment before you switch to the other side, bringing that right sole of the foot towards the inner thigh of the left leg, and just start to feel it out. Figure out where you need to be. Remember, with yin yoga, the first 30 seconds, even a minute of the pose is you really just finding your edge. It's okay to fidget around until you've got it, and then once you've got it, the goal is to just be still. It is totally normal for one side to feel different than the other. So remember, try not to judge yourself. If you find that maybe this side is a bit tighter, or you can't go as far down or reach as far as you'd like, it's okay. Or you might find the complete opposite. You might surprise yourself and maybe this side of the body is a little more flexible. All of this is just an experience for you to take in and become more aware of self and in tune with your body, spirit, thoughts. So remember, this practice is for you and no one else. Go ahead and start to come out of the pose, walking your hands back, sitting up tall. And then we're going to grab both of our blocks. The first one you're going to set up so that it is going vertical, and the other one is going to be horizontal. And that vertical one, you're going to lay the middle of your spine up against that, right? And then you should also have space for that top block to rest your head on. You can leave the arms by your side or stretch them out like I am. You can keep the feet out in front of you. You can do the feet in butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together. Or, like I'm going to do today, you can definitely keep your feet flat on the floor, knees bent. I was a bit sore from a serious workout, so my low back was giving me, a little bit of soreness and tension, so I'm going to keep my feet flat on the mat, knees bent. If you would like to go for a deeper stretch, you are more than welcome to also take the arms, maybe grabbing opposite elbows above the head, or just simply reaching the arms up above the head. If that's too much of a stretch, just go back to the arms outstretched or to your sides. I bet that felt really nice. Take your time rounding that spine and sitting up all the way. Place your blocks to the side. Come onto your backs. Maybe take the knees to your chest for a moment. Maybe rock side to side, a little massage. And then go ahead and find your happy baby pose. You can grab the outsides of the feet like you see me do. Or you can go ahead and take your peace sign fingers and grab on and latch your fingers onto your big toe, whatever position of the hand you want. You can rock from side to side. And I really want you to remember here that you're bringing the knees toward your chest. You're opening them nice and wide toward your shoulders, maybe even your armpits. And don't think of the booty as shooting up towards the air. You don't want your bum to leave the mat. You really want to think of your tailbone pressing into the ground to keep your spine nice and level. Here we're getting the inner thighs, the groin area, which does affect, yes, the energy flow towards our kidneys. So we focused on feet, we focused on the chest, inner leg. All of these areas do have something to do with our meridian that deals with the kidney. Start to make your way out of the pose, rolling back up. We're going to come to our left side, sitting on that left hip, legs elongated to the side. Right hand is in front of you for support, that left is extended out. Now you can figure out how far you need that extended. Maybe you want to go a little further down, or maybe you want to just keep it nice and level at a higher level. Just find your edge. And we're really focused on getting that side body. Pull your shoulder blades back, lift the chest. And that left hand is flat on the ground. Remember that right hand is your stability. Now, if this is even too much for you, you can honestly just rest that elbow down, that left elbow, and you'll still get the same effect. Really figure out where your body needs to be and where you're going to feel the sensation best. For some, this can actually feel really intense because it is an area that we tend to forget about. We tend to forget about those obliques, the side of our body. If you are new to this pose, it can feel a little daunting and a little hard to hold. It looks like such a simple pose, but if you need the extra support, you can place a block underneath that elbow. Take your time coming back up, and we're going to swing the legs to the other side. This time that left hand is in front, giving you some support, and then you're just finding where your right hand needs to be. Remember, you can place a block under that right elbow and lean onto that, or you can come all the way down onto that right elbow, onto the mat, whatever you need. Also didn't mention this on the first side, but another variation, if you still feel like this is too much, is you can just put a bend in both of those knees instead of having them outstretched fully. Release from this pose. Go ahead, roll down slowly onto your back. Feet nice and wide, let the feet collapse. Shoulders away from the ears. Let your head be heavy. Feel yourself sinking into the ground. Maybe gently closing your eyes. If closing your eyes is a little scary for you, or it's not a good sensation for you, you can always just soften your gaze a little bit. Just allow yourself to take in how your body feels in this moment that you are in. No need to judge your practice. No need to judge how you felt in a specific pose. I want you to just take in how you feel in this very moment. And it doesn't just have to be what you feel physically. It can be maybe a difference in the thoughts you're having. Maybe you aren't having any thoughts. Maybe you feel like you're breathing differently. Maybe you feel different emotionally. Check in. Soulmates, I'm going to leave you here. If you do have to get ready for your day or the rest of your day whenever you're doing this, by all means, if you have the time, I recommend that you stay in Savasana for as long as you need. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for joining me.